This poem is one of my favorites from my own work. It happens to be the longest poem in my book, Rooms in Old Houses, but despite its relative length, it is also one of the simplest poems in the book. And so I'm going to keep this video simple. This is Love Song for a Homely Woman. At a poetry reading, an unfamiliar woman sits next to me. She is the kind my mother would call mousy. But I know immediately as she descends all knees and elbows into the seat that I am in trouble. When the reading starts, she begins to twist absently at her hair. The twisting becomes knotting, and soon her profile begins to change as the knots multiply across her head. I fall in love. Only someone with a soul both wide and deep could have such low regard for how she looks to others. She completes the miracle as one by one she untwists the knots, returning her hair to its former mussy state. I want to undress her not for the usual predictable reasons, but because I know it would be fun. I am sure that she has buttoned her shirt unevenly and worn her worst socks, one inside out, the other out at the heel. I would smile all the way to the end. Periodically during the reading we clap, and I notice she claps with her arms splayed too wide, her hands meeting at an odd angle. I surmise from this awkwardness that she is the type to become trapped in revolving doors. But with better things to do than be someplace, she would no doubt circle all morning, twisting her hair and thinking. Near the end of the reading, she confirms my highest suspicions. She pulls her datebook out, and in a purely voyeuristic moment, I take a peek, wondering what kind of commitment she might keep. She takes out a pencil and begins to draw. At first it looks like a scribble, but the scribble becomes a treble clef ear, then the rest of a face and neck. For the next day she draws another altogether different face, then continues day after day. The faces look to be surrealist or cubist or some other vaguely European-ist that I love to look at but can't explain. She riffles the days of her life as if selecting the perfect day for each face. Only someone divine could mark her days with drawings, missing appointments for the chance to see such faces looking back. The most intimate thing I could ask right now would be for her to draw in my own datebook. I can imagine later opening the book, my joy at seeing one of those faces, perhaps the one with treble clef ears.